Hi there. I am going to explain a little bit of music theory because I think it really helps to simplify how to figure out what the chords are for simple songs that are made for children. Songs like The Wheels on the Bus and Mary Had a Little Lamb and I'm Bringing Home a Baby Bumblebee, songs like that, they only have one or two or three chords max, most of them. And so if you understand just a little bit of music theory, then you can kind of use your detective skills by playing the melody of the song and then just like know, okay, it's either this chord, and I just have to figure out which one sounds best with certain parts of the song. And I feel like it makes it really easy to figure out how to play by ear. And this applies to like transferring it to guitar chords or ukulele chords or whatever. So I think it's very, very simple. Bear with me, like you might feel like, whoa, way too much music theory, but really what I'm about to teach you, you can learn in like 2 minutes and it'll make everything so much simpler to understand and easier to figure out. And then you'll have a lot more autonomy, a lot more independence in so many different songs that you're trying to learn on the piano. So stay with me, pay attention, because all you need to know are the 1, the 4, and the 5. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is that in every major key, there are 7 chords. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We number them. We use a lot of different kinds of numbering systems in music. And so because we don't want to confuse this with, quarter notes, eighth notes, time signatures, fingering numbers, or anything else, we have to distinguish it with a certain kind of numbering system. So whoever decided this system years and years ago decided that chords would be represented by the Roman numerals. So we have like the I and the IV and the V, like that kind of old-fashioned numbering system. Just a little bit closer. I'm just going to talk about the fact that a triad built on the first note of the key that you're in is the 1 chord. A triad is just a chord. It's 3 notes that make a chord. So if we're in C major, this is C, and the chord built on C is the 1 chord. Does that make sense? And we represent that by a capital letter I, which is the Roman numeral for 1, okay? That is the first chord. Now, if we move up in the key of C from 1 to 2, and we take the chord built on 2, that's a D minor chord. Because it's minor, we use 2 in lowercase i's. So I, meaning 2 in Roman numerals, meaning a minor chord, okay? As we go up, 1, 2, 3, the chord based on the 3rd note in the scale, that's also a minor chord. And so we use this lowercase I. But that is not the chord we're focusing on today. Moving up to 4 in the key that we're in, this chord, this triad that's built on the 4th scale degree, we're going to label that with a capital IV, Roman numerals with like the kind of the bars on top and bottom. This is called the 4 chord, okay? So that's 4, and then 5 is the next one, and that's the one that's probably the most common, okay? Does that make sense? So with that understanding of the sort of vocabulary and grammar of music theory, that's all I want to tell you today. Now we do actually have 7 chords, but we're not going to go on to 6 and 7. We'll just focus on the 1, the 4, and the 5, because I would say like 90% of children's music, they only have 1 and 5, or maybe 1, 4, and 5. Those chords are used like almost exclusively for a lot of kids' songs. So just knowing that much, that itty bitty bit of music theory is going to totally transform your ability to figure out what the chords need to be and accompany yourself and your kids and your singing time and stuff like that. So 1, 4, and 5. 1, 4, and 5. Those are the chords you need to know. All right, so that's the theory, that's the foundation. And once you understand this, I'm going to build on that a little bit more with some more lessons. So part 2 is coming. Thanks for listening. I hope this makes sense, and I'm going to explain why it's helpful to understand this in the next video.